All right, well, we're going to get going here, everybody, and I really appreciate you taking the time out today to be with us. And so, good morning, everyone. My name is Chris Light, and I want to welcome you on behalf of the Producers Network. We're a national marketing organization specializing in life, annuities, long-term care, disability income, and major medical health. We partner with independent agents and advisors just like you across the country. Now, we've been hosting these sessions for over 20 years, and the reason that we keep doing them is because we want to believe that they work. But this time, I want to be clear that this is about educating you on advanced planning in the final expense market. What you're going to get here is real insight into a high impact strategy that will help you understand and position irrevocable burial or slash funeral trusts using life insurance. These ideas you can put to action immediately and grow your revenue and serve your clients better. So what you need to do right now is grab a pen, get something to write on, and I want you to write down our phone number, which is 800-477-3662, and our website, theproducersnetwork.com. At the end of the meeting, if you want to take a deeper dive and get on a call with me, I'd be more than happy to do that and spend as much time as you need. But let's talk about why we're all here. About 15 years ago, we decided to take a serious look at the senior market, and what we uncovered is a very simple but yet powerful strategy that helps families, and it helps them protect their legacy. It helps with a Medicaid spend down, right? And then it also ensures that their final expenses are handled with dignity and ease. So we partnered with one of the best partners, I think, in this segment of the business here, and that's GCU. And today we have on the call Jeff Long, Dave Ennis, and Liz Dils, Liz
Del Signor.
Del Signor. Sorry, I botched it.
That's okay.
We don't know how to pronounce it either, buddy. Don't worry about it.
But they're going to show you, they're going to show you why this all works. But there are four key components that you need to make sure that that we're going to get here, and to make this work. And I think what it is you need the rated carrier. GCU checks the box on that. They're an A- rated. You need solid products and competitive pricing. GCU checks the box on that. They have very effective training that we're going to do today and a great client presentation tools that also check the box as well, right? So here you go. These guys that you're going to hear from next are going to knock it out of the park for you. Jeff and Dave, take it away, gentlemen.
All right. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
First, before we start, I want to thank Chris for getting this webinar set up and being kind of the driving force behind it. We value our relationship that we have with his group, and we look forward to keeping the ball rolling. That being said, we are going to talk about possibly, I would say, David, and I hope you agree, it's possibly like the first step you do anytime you're dealing with a estate plan or anything like that. People talk about wills and trusts, but having an irrevocable burial trust set up is simple, and it's critical to have it done.
I don't think I've ever run into someone that needed life insurance where this couldn't be applied to their situation. There's a few,
Exactly.
but it's going to be applicable to the majority of the situations you're going to encounter.
Right. So let's move on.
Before you guys get started, if anyone has any questions throughout this webinar, please feel free to raise your hand or put a question in the chat, and we will be sure to answer it as soon as we can.
But no hard questions. Just kidding. So let's talk about who is GCU. We've been around since 1892. We were formed and founded by 700 immigrants, most of them either steel mill workers or coal miners, both back in 1892, very dangerous occupations. And they pooled money together in case one of them died. And then if somebody did die, which they did in those professions, the group would get together and pool some money again to take care of the next family who lost a loved one. We've grown from there. We've become a real insurance company over the years. We have just shy of 50,000 members and about 2.8 billion in assets. We're not for profit. We are fraternal. So we don't have shareholders. We don't have private equity firms. We don't do any offshore reinsuring, anything crazy like that. We sell primarily annuities and life insurance. So it's pretty simple stuff, pretty old school. And we'll get more into it. But GCU is a great organization. Hold on. A minus, AM best, as Chris said. So we're very strong financially, and we're kind of boring. One of the best ways to measure a financial strength of a company, especially a smaller one like us, is our solvency ratio. We're at about 109.49 solvency ratio, and that means for every $100 of liability, we have 109.49 cents available to pay those liabilities. And when you compare us to the big guys, our solvency ratio is higher than Northwestern Mutual, Pacific Life, Prudential, Ohio National. So financially, we're very, very strong. Dave, do you want to take the screen?
Sure. The IBT, we've had our IBT filed and available with GCU since 2007. When I first got here, I was digging through and wanted to know why we weren't actually using it more often. So we dusted it off and pushed it out, and it's really taken off since then. It is as I mentioned before, it's a perfect tool for most of your clients because it's not a different product for what we do. It's a different use of the product. So when someone sells an IBT, it is referred as an irrevocable burial trust whole life policy. All those words are very important. It's not available for term. Oh, yeah, sorry. Heard a phone ringing. It's not available for our term products. Oh, and everything just went away. There we go. So it's not available for our term products. It's only through whole life insurance, and it is available for all three of our whole life products. So it's available for our ordinary whole life, our 20-pay life, and our single premium. The minimum face varies by state, but as far as minimum face for us, it's always 5,000 unless there's a minimum that differs. The maximum also varies by state. Most states are 15,000. So, I mean, there's a few differences out there. There's some states that have an artificial limit, and that's just the Medicaid allowance. You'll even find that some states have some cases that are going through the court system right now where they're trying to jockey between, are they arguing about, is it the amount, the premium that they can put in versus the face amount that it generates? Right now, the case law that exists says that it's the face amount that it generates. If that ever changes, we're happy to change along with them. But right now, everything that we have is set up for face amount generation, not premium deposit. And as it says right there, one of the things that for a final expense agent especially, all of these are fully underwritten. We do not have a simplified issue. We don't have a guaranteed issue. We don't have a graded death benefit. They're all full underwriting. But on those tiny small face amounts, we're not doing all that much underwriting really. We're counting on our agents doing a good job of field underwriting. So you go out there and you talk to your clients, as long as you're not white sheeting the application and going, hey, you don't take any meds, right? Okay. So you're actually saying, okay, you're 63 years old, go get your medicine cabinet, bring it out to the table, we'll write it all down. We're going to judge them honestly. And we want to write the life insurance, especially these little cases. Little cases like this for a company like GCU, as Jeff mentioned, our financial stability is extremely good. But one of the reasons is that we don't have any debt and that we love selling life insurance small cases like this because it spreads out our risk. So as many of those little cases that we can get on the books, it just makes us stronger with every single one of them. And Jeff and I both feel the same way. Every life sale that's out there is just as important to us. I don't care if it's a $5,000 sale or a $50,000 sale. They're all important and crucial to the longevity of GCU.
Right.
Now, let me just interject here just for 1 second. Guys, sometimes GCU doesn't fit, and then sometimes we have an alternative. So when GCU doesn't fit, we will talk, about alternatives and other products, and then other carriers maybe that we have that fill that. But um, uh, and that comes into play when the states don't match. Like if you're in a state where GCU is not, then like I said, we got alternatives.
And
Sure.
Chris, to your point, if you've got somebody who just is not going to make it through, even though our underwriting is nothing more than a script check and an MVR, that's
Right.
it.
Right.
They're not going to make it through it.
It is pretty easy. You're right, Jeff, about that. Your underwriting is easy as far as that,
Oh,
where we're going. But
we've seen
if it's
decisions made
worse,
within minutes.
yeah. And if
Yeah,
it's worse, and if your case is worse, then like I said, we have some alternatives that
Right.
we can get.
But if you've got a fairly healthy, potential client, all the graded death benefit and guaranteed issue stuff starts out of the gates at table 4. If you got
minimal.
someone healthy, why penalize them with a table 4 when just by filling out a little bit more paperwork, you can get them a true premium, an underwritten premium that is reflective of their health.
Right. And we'll go up to table 8, and we don't even surcharge until table 2. If someone's on the border and they're between standard and table 1, even if we're thinking about table 1, we don't surcharge. We just make them standard.
Right. So underwriting, I know a lot of agents go, underwriting, yuck. Ours is pretty gentle, I would think.
And they're also easy to get a hold of. If you reach out and if you touch base with Jeff or with me or by email with Jennifer who's our primary underwriter on the life insurance side, we'll get a decision. We'll get an estimated decision based on the information that you shared with us, probably within minutes. So you'll get to my cell phone at the end of this, Jeff's email, Jennifer's email if you'd like it. And we don't want you wasting windshield time. So if you've got someone on the hook and you're thinking, wow, I think this would be a great case for them, but gosh, they might not be tall enough. So, you can look that up in the chart that we're going to give you. But by the same token, you can also, if there's a combination of factors in there, just drop one of us a line. We're happy to say, hey, based on everything you told me, we're looking at table 2. Piece of cake. You're done. Go get it.
Well said.
Okay. Next.
So here we are.
Okay.
We have the GCU Irrevocable Burial Trust. David, you do this so well, I'll let you take it.
Oh, you're a creep. Okay. Thanks, buddy. Okay, the burial trust, it's a good idea because the assets are not considered countable assets by Medicaid. So what I always tell people is like, listen, there's no spend down, there's no 5-year look back. Why is it a good idea? Because if you're trying to qualify for Medicaid or you're trying to get rid of some assets or you're just trying to become less of a target, as soon as that policy is issued, those assets are gone. You'll also, right now, I'll tell you, my personal preference for the IBT, even though it's available for the multi-pay policies, ordinary whole life and 20 pay, my personal preference for something like this, because you're talking about, qualifying for Medicaid, et cetera, and getting assets out of your estate, I personally prefer the single premium. Even if you just do a small one, you put up you're 61 years old and it costs you $2,600 for a $5,000 death benefit for irrevocable burial trust. That $2,600, as soon as we issue the policy, it is gone, never to be heard from again. Don't have to worry about it. You're never going to miss a payment. You don't have to budget anything. It's just gone. So it's quick, it's easy, but it's foolproof. Now that sucker is there. No one can take it away from you. You can go into a nursing home, a facility of any kind. You could go through bankruptcy. No one's touching that IBT.
Everyone is allowed a burial trust. It's part of the Medicaid planning, and I think it's critical that you do it. True story. My grandmother passed away in 1989. She had spent about a year and a half in a nursing home. When she entered the nursing home, she had some money. By the time she passed away, she had no money. So at her funeral, it was the literal. My uncle was walking around to all the people that were there to pay respects, passing a hat, literally passing a hat, simply because nobody in the family, I wasn't in the business by that time, at that time, nobody in the family knew about a burial trust. Nobody knew what was available. So, true story close to home that if you're not coaching your clients and guiding them to utilize the irrevocable burial trust, you're kind of missing the boat. It should be the first step in any plan.
And the other half is if Chris's folks, if they're doing a final expense, and a lot of final expense guys I know do a lot of med sup as well. If this just goes hand in glove with that whole process.
Yeah.
You already have all that information. This is a layup as far as how this goes in with everything else that you're doing.
Exactly. And the key word in irrevocable burial trust, David, is
Irrevocable.
every month, not every month, every few months, we will get a call at GCU. Somebody changed their mind on their irrevocable burial trust. It's irrevocable. They cannot change their mind. That's why it works so effectively.
Correct. Quick question from Marilee. What is the maximum age? Maximum age is 85, Marilee.
Correct.
But the minimum age is 50. So one of the factors, you can sell our life insurance to basically any age, 60 days up to 85. But the burial trust version of our whole life policy is not available until someone is 50.
But even, and this is a great point. Thanks for that question. Even if you write it's intended to be a burial policy, on a 60-year-old, but they don't know if they want to put it in the trust yet. They don't have to do it immediately. They can come
Correct.
back 2, 3, 5, 10 years later and designate it as in the trust. And
So
that gives them flexibility. Some people say, I might change my mind. I don't know if I want it irrevocable yet. Get the coverage in place, and you can put it in the trust later down the road.
yeah, in the agent guide that we'll make sure that all the attendees, as long as we have an email to work from, we'll email it out to you. But in the guide, at the very end of that guide is a 4-page mock-up of the burial trust contract, which is the single easiest contract you will ever see. You fill in their name like twice, and they sign. It's tiny, but you can. That is just again, it's just an add-on to the whole life policy. So it doesn't take the place of a whole life policy. It just changes the usage of it. So functionally, it changes the owner and beneficiary from whoever you might have had it to the irrevocable burial trust, which is why it's transferable from a normal policy with us to the trust itself, as long as it meets the constraints. What Jeff said was 100% true, as long as you didn't write the policy for like 100 grand. Because, if we have $15,000 is the maximum face amount for most states, some states are a little less, then we couldn't convert a $200,000 face amount whole life policy over to a burial trust. You'd have to write a new policy.
Right. And I don't know if we pointed this out yet. Our irrevocable burial trust is in-house.
Correct.
There is no fee for the burial trust itself. The only cost your clients is paying the premium on the underlying life policy.
You guys are doing the admin for the trust.
Yes.
Correct.
I mean,
All of it.
We're not jobbing it out to a vendor. It's all
right.
in-house.
It's all in-house. You guys got a department. There's a whole department in their company that does this.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, and it looks like James just asked a question. So is there a separate document that they fill out to keep with the policy, or is it all part of the policy? The burial trust is an add-on portion of the whole life application, and the entire application with the 4-page burial trust application becomes part of the policy.
If you did it at application.
Correct. And if it becomes a burial trust, they will reissue the policy with the trust as part of the app.
Cool. That's a good question. Here are the state numbers. These are the states we're in.
Only one state.
All the states we're in. These are states we can do this.
Except for we we always forget. We never take out California. Top of the middle column.
California,
It's
They
on
have to
hiatus.
refile the app. That's so we're still approved for sale there, but we currently are not doing life business in California.
Should change hopefully relatively soon, but right now they're still on hold. Michigan and West Virginia are the two holdouts. Michigan doesn't allow for it at all, and West Virginia allows for it, but they only allow
3,000. Yep,
3,750
3,000.
3,750.
Oh, it's getting up.
3,750,
Awesome.
which is still 1,250 under our minimum face amount.
Right. So you can see most states are 15. Not that your clients have to do 15 of face amount, but they can do less as long as they know what they're getting.
Hey, I have a question over here that someone gave me a question.
Sure.
Then the question is, can you do more than 15,000? You know, say you don't want to use it for a Medicaid spend down, but you like the idea of a trust going to the, funeral parlor. Can you do more than
Not in the irrevocable
15,000?
burial trust. That would exceed the Medicaid limits.
Okay,
You
so
do
it's
two policies.
strictly,
You could do two policies. One would be in the irrevocable trust, the other would not.
Correct.
okay.
So you want $50,000 and you want 15 in the trust, then you write a $15,000 burial trust policy and a $35,000 normal policy, whatever you want.
Yeah, right. Okay. 10-4.
No problem.
Here's a simple illustration David talked about. We both agree that the single premium whole life product is the cleanest, neatest product to use in the burial trust. And here we have a 70-year-old female non-tobacco, $9,190 a single premium, gets her a paid up $15,000 death benefit. And if you look at her guaranteed cash value, not that matters because it would be in the trust. In year 5, she has more in her cash value than what she put in. So 9,100, almost 9,200, buys her 15. So that's really good leveraging. Another example using our straight pay. Female 70, non-tobacco. $63 a month buys 15,000 a death benefit. So either way, it works. Here are our states. California is kind of in limbo right now.
Does it work in the 20 pay? I'm sorry. Does it work in the 20
yeah,
pay?
20 pay works as well.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I just ran the two.
No, that's fine. Just asking. Okay.
Nebraska, we just got our initial approval. I would think within another week or two, that won't be orange anymore.
Yeah, we just got to get now that we finally got the approval, now we got to put the infrastructure back in. I got to make sure that the applications match up, that they're compact, compliant, etc.
So that's great news. And I know California is going to come back online for life.
Yep.
We stopped doing life business because of the changes to the HIV rules in California. We thought that would cause some adverse selection, so we just closed it down. We still sell fixed annuities out in California, but not life. And here is the whole life portfolio. David talked about it. We have the Legacy Protector, which is a single premium. Legacy Advantage, which is pay to 100. That's your grandfather's life insurance. And then the 20 pay. All solid products. When you're starting to quote these, especially the Advantage and the Advantage 20, run both. We've noticed as your clients, if they're older, Dave, what would you say? 70?
It's right at 70 to 71.
Okay. Where the 20 pay is actually cheaper than the straight pay to 100.
For standard risk. If they're a
Yeah.
smoker, it's earlier.
Okay.
63, 64.
So
Because-
a little quirk in the actuarial tables there.
Yeah, the 20 pay basically pushes the mortality risk out artificially where we don't think that normally it would. So once they hit that crossover point, suddenly the 20 pay becomes cheaper, which is a
Right.
great deal for it's an easier sale.
Yeah.
Definitely is. Dave, you want to run through that?
Sure, no problem. Legacy Protector is our standard ordinary whole life as far as with our single premium. The Legacy Advantage and Advantage 20 are our multi-pays. Legacy Protector is the one that brings in by far the most premium at GCU. Issue age, it says 2 months, it's actually 60 days, all the way up to age 85. Minimum face amount on all of our policies is 5,000. And maximum face, we don't list it. Maximum face is 1 million without approval, but we've done it for over 1 million multiple times, and I love getting them. So if you've got a big old client that's going, hey, I just inherited something and I really want to, set up a $1.3 million or $1.8 million life policy, please, please, please call me. Love getting those calls.
We'll work you through it.
Oh, sorry, James asked another question. He's hitting us, and these are good questions too. James asks, are the rates the same whether you get the policy by itself or with the trust attached? Correct. Yeah,
Yep.
there's the Irrevocable Burial Trust does not add any sort of rating factor or cost to it at all. It just changes ownership and beneficiary.
That's a great question.
Okay, back to Legacy Protector. Yeah, we're done with that one. So Legacy Protector, you have the 3 underwriting classes, and it does obviously you can take loans. Loan percentage is 6%, which we just changed a couple years back. Legacy Advantage is our ordinary whole life. It says whole life pay to age 100. Even though it doesn't have a maturity date until 121, actuarially, there's really no difference because we don't expect anyone or very few people to actually make it past age 100. So it didn't make any sense for us to keep charging people money after age 100. So we stopped charging at that point. Issue age, same as before, age, 2 months, 60 days, up to age 85. Minimum face amount 5,000, premium banded, 3 underwriting classes, and loans available as well. The only difference you're going to see is the next one, Legacy Advantage 20. 2 months or 60 days up to age 80. So because it pushes that mortality out further, so we can only issue it up to age 80. Other than that, everything else is the same. James, are you going to show what the trust docs look like? How complicated is it? Jeffrey, do you have a copy of the agent guide on your computer right there?
I've got the IBT guide locked and loaded, ready to go through.
Cool, because we can show you the mock-up at the last 4 pages of the guide. Okay.
So we have the optional riders, terminal illness, double indemnity, and waiver of premium. We also have marketing materials to support you. All the flyers are in the agent portal, and not all, but most of them are you can personalize, so you can get your contact information on it. Also, we're fraternal, so you're writing a piece of business on your client. We don't call them a client; they're a member. All the members that have GCU life insurance and annuities actually own GCU. And these are different fraternal benefits that your clients, our members, get. Also, if you're an appointed agent with GCU and you are active with a charity that's near and dear to your heart, because you're appointed, let's say, this Boys and Girls Club is having a golf outing and you're active with that, we will match up to $1,000 on your behalf based on what they earn for the event. So if they raise $5,000 and you fill out a very simple form, you can add another $1,000 from GCU to the charity that you care about. Also, if you're a member and an appointed agent, it's $2,000 matching funds, and this is per year. So a great benefit for you to do good in your community. People like to do business with people that they like and they trust. And what a great way to get some visibility and credibility by bringing extra money to charity. Matching funds, basic steps, request approval. They prefer you request approval for the matching funds before the event. But our fraternal director is pretty liberal about things, and he's done it after the fact as well.
That's wonderful. There's not many fraternals. I work with a lot of fraternals, guys. And that give back, there's I don't know. That's a unique proposition there. Thank you.
Right. And Chris, I agree. David and I have sat in board meetings, budget meetings,
Oh, God,
over
yes.
the years in the home office.
Yeah.
And it kind of breaks my heart because we're not giving enough money away. All people really got to do is be active in their community and ask for it.
Yeah.
Most people don't know it's available.
If
So
it's if it meets all the constraints, I've never seen one get turned down. And
Neither.
I was in commercial insurance for 21 years before I got to GCU. Jeff had more fraternal experience than I did, but I've never seen a company that agonizes about not being able to give away more money.
I don't know. It's that's what I think is the beauty of fraternals that most guys out there don't know about this kind of this stuff. That they're the benefits are you know much better than maybe a mutual or a stock company.
Oh
right.
yeah,
And we could probably
hugely.
sit here and talk about that all day. But all right, go ahead, boys. Sorry.
So these numbers, that's my cell phone number. I am the regional vice president for the Midwest. I cover Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, and Missouri. And that's David's cell phone number. He's crazy. He will answer his cell phone on Saturdays, on Sundays. If he's not sleeping or not in the shower, he will answer. My rule is if you're calling me after 4 p.m. on a Friday, I've probably had a cocktail. It's happy hour. So I will answer my phone, but the answers might not be as clear and concise as David. So just be aware of that.
And if you're and if you don't, you see my cell phone, my email address. I'm begging you, don't email me. Never email me. You can
I
call me.
thought,
You call me or text me anytime you want. I don't care what's going on. Don't email me.
Okay, let's do some more sharing.
hey Jeff, I thought that happy hour on Friday started as soon as you woke up in Wisconsin.
Well, I didn't want to bring that up too close.
That's truer than not, partner.
So this is the Irrevocable Life Insurance Burial Trust Agent's Guide. So it is a one-stop shop to make you an expert on it. So I'm not going to read it to you, but somebody,
Even give some of the rationale in it too.
yeah. Here's the information on the states, underwriting classes. Talks about dividends, application process, coming up.
After that, there we are.
This is the Irrevocable Burial Trust Agreement. A lot of boilerplate.
First page, nothing to fill out. Second page, down at the bottom, name,
Signature,
date. Page 3, name, and a date. And then the amount of the insurance.
And the policy number.
And that's it.
Yep. Oh,
And then you
and
sign. Then you sign at the bottom.
that is it.
I had to sign my name more when I got my phone from Verizon.
That is true.
All right, so we have a question.
Oh, question. How to become appointed? Hey, Chris, all you, buddy.
Yeah, that's me. That's so what I'll do is you get a hold of me on my number, right? Or my email address, which is chris@theproducersnetwork.com. That came on the original invitation that you got. And all my contact information should be in there. So as well, but 800-477-3662, and we can send you the contracting paperwork and the commissions, and we can discuss all that.
And then when you get approved and you're appointed with us, you'll get a welcome email with the links to the software. We'll get you in the portal, get you all the supporting materials you need. Another good thing is by third quarter, we should be on Firelight, which means we will have an e-app available for our life products. Right now, it's fillable forms, paper, old school. We're going to keep both platform. So we're going to continue to have fillable forms, and we're also going to have an e-app. So we're moving right along there.
How long is the contracting taking right now?
Uh,
Give us a
uh,
guess on that.
4 to 6 business days, 4 to 7 conservatively, but
Okay.
I've seen it done as fast as 4 days.
Okay.
It depends on the county records, partner.
Yeah, I know. I just
Yeah,
and
some of those.
and a lot of other there's a lot of other factors too, but
Oh, yeah, but
like that's
consistently
good.
the one
That's
that,
good to know that that turnaround is good like that. That's good.
yeah, if when the records come in, it usually takes as soon as Deanna sees that the last record hits, she's usually got it done, ready to go in 24 hours after that.
Very good, sir.
Right, we have someone who raised their hand, so I'm going to allow them to talk.
Yeah, I was just and someone asked a question on commission. That's a question between you and Chris. I don't want to know.
And we can discuss that. Yeah, we can discuss that as, on a one-on-one basis.
Yep.
Any other questions?
Okay.
You're trying to unmute someone?
She had her hand raised,
Oh,
but
okay.
maybe it
Nick.
was an accident.
Oh, could have been. Okay. Yeah, any questions on comp, always go back to Chris. If you ask us, if you ask us, I'm going to send you back to Chris anyway. Will we get a copy of the presentation via email? Jeffrey, you're going to send that out?
Say that again.
You want to send a copy of the presentation out, or to get it over to Chris?
This
We're being recorded, so it'll be on our website.
Oh, it usually takes a couple of days for it to get uploaded.
Yeah, it'll take a few days, but we'll be able to send a link out to whoever would like it.
All right.
Just shoot me an email. I sent everyone out an email yesterday reminding you about the webinar, so I can personally send you a link to it.
It looks like Tempera just asked a question. It said the trust changes the owner and the beneficiary. Is the Benny a chosen person estate? The beneficiary becomes the trust. So it'll be, let's say that Joan Allen Smith is your person. Then it is the GCU Joan Allen Smith Irrevocable Burial Trust becomes the owner, and the Joan Allen Smith GCU Irrevocable Burial Trust becomes the beneficiary as well. So, because we create a trust in that person's name as owner beneficiary. That's why it comes out of that person's estate as soon as we produce a policy, because it's no longer owned by them or controlled by them. The trust is going to be the owner and controller, and the trust is going to be the Benny. You're welcome.
Looks like we might have lost Jeff.
Oh,
So we'll just handle the questions.
okay.
Probably lost Wi-Fi. All right, we have a question from Joe. He raised his hand. So
We'll try to unmute you, Joseph.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yep.
Now we can.
Thanks. Yeah. Sounds like probably going to be a dumb question, but how does the trust eventually, upon death, get over to the funeral home or
Because
assigned or whatever?
all you have to do is make sure they tell it, because it goes to whatever funeral home, and it's useful for any funeral home in the country. It doesn't matter. So since the trust is through our claims office, and our claims office is designed to make sure that we're paying whoever sticks their hand out that it meets the definition of irrevocable burial trust. So the funeral home goes, hey, we're burying Joan Allen Smith. Okay, that's fine. Get us the bills. We'll pay.
Gotcha. Thank you so much.
No problem at all, buddy. Yeah, we deal with funeral homes obviously every single day, all day long. James asked another question. Do we supply the documents to the state? Not sure which documents that you mean. I mean, as far as the trust, it moves. So if you're trying to get it out of their estate, I mean, it's the life policy here. So they're simply saying that they can't. Oh, Medicaid spend down. Yeah, all you have to do is you can submit that. We don't do anything with the state itself. We'll give you that product, and then you take care of all submissions for Medicaid.
do we have any other questions at this time?
Elton Jeffrey's calling me. He must have gotten totally knocked off.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, if no one has any questions, I think we're going to end the webinar here. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, team.
Thank you, everybody. Hope to hear from all of you soon. Have a great day.
Much obliged. Thanks, partner.